What we're going to try and build today is called the Koch Snowflake. So you can see here from Wikipedia, it's one of the earliest fractals from 1904. So basically you start with an equilateral triangle, and you create similar equilateral triangles that are 1/3 of the size. So basically if this unit is 9, this is 3, this is 3, and that missing green piece is 3 as well. So you keep iterating it stage after stage after stage. So every new segment that you get then gets split into thirds and more equilateral triangles appear. So here's an animation of the first 7 iterations of this. And your book's got some really interesting things as well, talking about perimeter area, which we're going to investigate. And after a while, it just becomes the same picture. You can't really distinguish. So if we zoomed in on one of these, it would look the exact same as one of the big pictures. So how we're going to create this is we're going to do it in Geometry Sketchpad. It's going to be a bit easier than doing this in GeoGebra. And you're going to create a line here, really of any distance that you want. And what you're going to do is right click on each one of these points so you can show a label. Now you're going to select the 2 endpoints, making sure they have bigger dots on them. Come up to Transform and go to Dilate. We'll put in a ratio of 1/3, and it'll put a point right there. Now turn off that point, turn back on point A, and dilate this to a 2/3 ratio. And you'll get those 2 points right there. Now we have a line split into thirds. So what we're going to do is double click this point right here. So it gets the kind of hypnotist thing, and then click this point on the right over here, go up to Transform and Rotate and do 60 degrees. So you should get a point up there. Now we're going to right click on the line we created, and we're going to hide the segment because we don't really need it anymore. Next, come over to the line tool and connect A to this point, up to the rotated point, and connect all of these in order. And that's real important to do. Now, next thing, so we're going to iterate this line, or this curve that we have right now. So you need to select A and select B, go up to Transform and go down to Iterate. Now, what you need to do here is click A again, and then click this point just to the right, making sure you get the triangles like I have here. Go to Structure, Add New Map. Now click that point up to the top point. Structure, Add New Map. The top point down. Structure, Add New Map. That point over to B and iterate. And it should look like a Koch snowflake. Now, once you have this thing iterated, we want to select these main segments here and hide them. It'll make our snowflake look a lot nicer. Okay, so we kind of take out some of the unnecessary lines there. Now, we need to take this and complete the triangle. So we basically have one side of it. So we need to come over to A and do the double click thing until we get it to do the black swirlies. Come over here to B, transform, and rotate this 300 degrees. And you should get a point down there. Next, we're going to create what's called a custom tool for this, so we can get this shape connected to make our full equilateral triangle. So you need to select your entire picture, come over to this fast forward looking thing, create new tool, and just call this Koch Snowflake. Now you're going to go from B So now that you're going to have to click on your new tool, and you're going to go from B down to this point, that rotated point up to here. After you have done that, you've created your own Koch Snowflake. Now we can start looking at perimeter and area and number of triangles and see if we can find some patterns with those.